Hi everyone, it is our first serial video about the global twilight network and project entitled Less Sleep in Tacoma. We are from the Islamic Science Research Network, ISRN. HAMKA Muhammadiyah University in Jakarta, Indonesia. Introduction. June 2019 marked a very important moment for ISRN that started going global. Not only that we are commencing the collection of the world's astronomical data for studying the global pattern for dawn and dusk, but it also started developing international collaboration. We consider that our research on the beginning of the Fajr and Isha in Indonesia is conclusive and final. Statistically, the results have been stabilizing with high reliability. The following summarize them. This slide shows the geographic coverage of data we collected from 2015 up to 2019. First of all, we highly value to have received some sky brightness data from the North Sumatra Muhammadiyah University in Medan. In the meantime, we collected our data at 6 different places in the vicinity of Jakarta. We further collected data in Cirebon, Yogyakarta, Balikpapan, Biding in North Sulawesi, and Manokwari. In addition to that, we highly appreciate an invaluable contribution from Mr. Raja Muda in Makassar. This slide shows the estimated dips by ignoring the geographic location and the date of the data, as the purpose is to obtain the average dip. Out of 226 days of data, on average, the Fajr occurs when the sun is at 13.3 degrees below the local horizon. The a posteriori standard deviation is 1.9 degrees. However, one might have an important question as to whether the season affects the estimated dip. On March 21st, for example, the sun is at the vernal equinox to mark the beginning of spring in the northern globe. The sun then moves to the north until it reaches the summer solstice on June 21st. Before it goes down to reach the autumnal equinox to mark the beginning of the fall. In the northern hemisphere, June 21st is the longest day in the year. The sun goes further down to reach the winter solstice, where December 22nd is the shortest day in a year. This slide shows the timeline of the plot of the estimated dip of the dawn regardless of the geographical location of the data. We obtained our data in 2015 using a lone SQM. There was no data in the entire year of 2016, as we only purchased an SQM in February 2017. To see the correlation between the estimated dip with the season, we have then to separate the estimated dip into the different geographical region as shown in the next slide. It is the estimated dips of Depic area for almost 1 year observation from March 2017 to February 2018. There is no systematic trend in the plot of the estimated dips around the equinoxes and solstices. It proves that there is no correlation between the season and the estimated dips. It also happens to the plot of the estimated dips for the dusk or Isha using 165 days of data. This slide is showing the timeline of the plot. This slide shows the plot of the estimated dips of dusks in Depic. Again, there exists no correlation between season and the estimated dips. Statistical saturation. When we chronologically group our data, the estimated dips for the Fajr has been stabilizing since we used only 28 data on March 30th, 2017. As time-lapse, on April 30th, 2017, we have 40 data. It became 99 data on August 31st, 2017. By December 15th, 2018, we have 206 data, and it became 226 data on May 4th, 2019. However, the average estimated dip has been stabilizing at about -13 something degrees. It is what we call the statistical saturation, which means the sample population has well represented the whole population. In other words, however large the sample population, it will not affect the average estimated dip significantly. The results conclude that the morning twilight, or the time range from the Fajr until the sunrise, is only 53 to 54 minutes. Unlike 80 minutes as estimated by Indonesian government, who uses Fajr dip of -20 degrees. In other words, the Fajr call in Indonesia is roughly recited about 26 to 27 minutes too early. Similarly, it happens also to the average estimated dip for Isha. It has been stabilizing at the average estimated dip of minus 13 something degrees since we used only 28 data on March 30th, 2017. Until 165 data on April 18th, 2019. This finding also proves that the evening twilight, or the time range from the sunset until the vanish of the reddish light to mark the beginning of Isha prayer time, is also only 53 to 54 minutes. Not 72 minutes as estimated by the Indonesian government. It concludes that the Isha call in Indonesia is roughly recited 18 to 19 minutes too late. It might not affect Muslims who perform the Isha prayer, but it seriously misleads those who are thinking that the disputed times still belong to the Maghrib prayer time. The global twilight pattern. Having been able to statistically conclude the national dips for the Fajr and Isha in Indonesia, ISRN further tries to find a place in the sun. An attempt to contribute to scrutinize the global twilight pattern. It is a very strategic step as Muslims in the world seem to have not developed the global twilight pattern based on a proper astronomical data. Alhamdulillah, UHAMKA fully supports ISRN's mission. We began our first mission to Tacoma on June 13th to 26, 2019. I arrived on Friday, June 14th, 2019, at about 8 a.m. right after Jummah prayer at the Islamic Center of Tacoma, ICT. I tried to approach ICT's person in charge. I explained my mission to Tacoma. Alhamdulillah, Mr. Ajal Muhumd accepted well my mission. He promised to allocate time for my presentation during the weekend of June 22 to 23, 2019. While waiting for the allocated presentation time, I started to collect morning and evening twilight data. I kept the communication line by reporting the results with the ICT. It made ICT was even more interested in our research. The left image shows our presentation before the Jummah of the ICT on June 23, 2019, while the right image shows the discussion right after the presentation. Meanwhile, the left image in this slide shows the window from which I conducted the observation in the background. The right image demonstrates the twilight data collection at Point Ruston using an SQM and Canon DSLR camera. Dawn and dusk in Tacoma. The following are estimated dips for Fajr during my stay in Tacoma from June 14th to 26, 2019. On June 15th, 2019, for example, ISNF estimated Fajr occurred at 3:10 that was based on the estimated dip of minus 15 degrees. However, the actual Fajr based on the collected SQM data was at 3:28 or when the sun was at the dip of minus 13 degrees. It goes the way down until June 26, 2019. The first astronomical data I collected for the Isha was on June 14, 2019, with the estimated timing for Isha was at 22:53, or the sun was at the dip of minus 13.1 degrees. In the meantime, ISNA's dusk appeared at 23:09, or the dip of minus 15 degrees. It is the reason that this presentation entitled Less Sleep in Tacoma because practically, I spent only less than 3 hours in bed during my stay in Tacoma. It also goes the way down until June 25, 2019. This slide shows its summary. The dawn occurred at various dips from minus 13 degrees on June 15th, and it went down to around minus 9 degrees towards the summer solstice on June 21, 2019. However, it was going up to minus 13 degrees farther away from the summer solstice. The average estimated dip for the Fajr is minus 11 degrees for the Fajr. Therefore, the morning twilight or time range from the Fajr and the sunrise during these 2 weeks is only 1 hour and 25 minutes and not 2 hours and 9 minutes as estimated by ISNA. It concludes that ISNA's estimated Fajr during the 2-week observation was about 44 minutes too early. For the Isha timing, the average estimated dip is minus 12.3 degrees. and not -15 degrees as estimated by ISNA. It therefore gives the average evening twilight is only 1 hour and 38 minutes, not 2 hours and 9 minutes like ISNA's. It concludes therefore, ISNA's estimated Isha was about 31 minutes too late. However, there does not seem to exist the systematic reduction in the estimated dip around the summer solstice in the estimated Isha dips. These two slides demonstrate the systematic trend in the estimated dips for the Fajr. The trend does not appear in the estimated dips for the Isha. Conclusion: based on temporary data available, it seems that ISNA's decision in applying dips for Fajr and Isha of -15 degrees needs some rectification. There is no scientific evidence to support such a claim. It is even more serious as of September 25, 2011, ISNA had increased the Fajr dip to -17.5 degrees. See http://www.astronomycenter.net/articles/2012/30/81 in closing parenthesis. ISRN, Jakarta ICT, Tacoma, and the Open Farge Project, Birmingham, immediately agreed to set up what's so-called Global Twilight Network and Project GTNP, with Jakarta, Tacoma, and Birmingham as their centers. We might develop further this temporary unofficial communication group to become an official group in the future. Based on the temporary scientific evidence we have in Indonesia, US, UK, and a little bit in Malaysia, the occurrence of the dawn and dusk in the world most probably the same. That is when the sun is at its depression angle dip of -12 degrees to -13 degrees. In higher latitude, the US and Europe, the dip might be different around and at the summer solstice and the winter solstice. We continue scrutinizing the matter. However, at a lower latitude, it seems that the seasonal effect is negligible. The Global Twilight Network and Project is a not-profit organization. It is internationally open to those who are interested in the study of the dawn and the dusk. Thanks for watching.